First, let me just say welcome to City Hall. It is really an honor to host this 12th annual Hispanic Heritage Month reception. I hope that you all have visited both our North and South lobby, where we are displaying the wonderful art of one of our great artists, Eric Antonio Benitez. I've had an opportunity to view his work in the past. He has showcased at the BMA. This exciting exhibit, A City of Magic Carpets, which is being displayed here, will be here through November. Eric is an emerging Salvadorian American artist and a 2018, and this is, hopefully you all know this, Janet and Walter Sondheim Artscape winner. That means he's competed. I'm going to give him a chance to say a few words, but I just wanted to share a few things with you all first. Let me just say that, we are really honored to do this because this is an opportunity to showcase our Latino community and to continue to say to our Latino community, you are indeed a welcoming part of our city. You help to transform neighborhoods and communities. You help us to become more diverse and stronger as a city. Your diversity is important to all of us. That is not only important, but it is something that all of us as citizens should recognize. This Hispanic Heritage Month lets us all remember our own heritage together. And it is also an opportunity for us to be mindful of future generations of their opportunities. Let me just say, in the city of Baltimore, not only are we a welcoming city, we are trying to make sure that we knit our communities together, because it is in that togetherness that we change the trajectory of our city. I am really very fortunate that I get to be the mayor of this city. And I tell people that I am your servant leader. For me, it's about knowing how to lead. If you don't know how to serve, it's almost impossible to lead. And so I get the opportunity over these past 20 months to focus on how we move our city forward. And I can tell you one of the things that I focus on every single day is how we reduce violence in our city and make every member of our community feel safe. People move to cities and communities for several major reasons, but among them is safety. The two fastest growing populations in our city, 18 to 34, 55 years of age and older. And what we want is families to stay in our city. And that's that other group of folks who, when they begin to raise their children, they decide that they want to be in Baltimore. And I can tell you, no one makes us more prouder, no community makes us more prouder than our Latino community that has chosen Baltimore as a place to live, work, raise families, do business, create business, and become a part of the fabric of our city. I can tell you, if you don't know this, that we are being noted around the country for our immigration policies and how we believe that everyone deserves to be treated fairly, honestly, equitably, and making sure that, again, opportunities are made available for all. I was so excited that when we made Baltimore City Community College free in Baltimore, that 20% of the applicants were immigrant students. Last week, the New American Economy, a national organization that makes the economic case for smart and effective immigration policies, ranked Baltimore number 2 out of 100 cities across the country as it relates to our immigration policies. Most notable, Baltimore receives a very high score on legal support, which reflects our efforts to increase access to immigration legal services through what we call our Safe City program. Now, there's a national Safe City program, but we did it first. And so we think it's important. you know, in terms of how we keep our families together and how we work together. And so this impact that this community is having only bodes well for our city. Our Latino community is strengthening the city's economy and diversity. It is also a demographic change in our city, but one that we welcome. And what we want to make sure is that as history looks back at how Baltimore has treated its communities, that we continue to remain among the cities who know how to do it right. Now, we're number 2. Our intention is to become number 1, because we have already seen the benefit of how our working together helps our city. I want to say this because it's really important, and it should be important to all of us. In 2020, we will begin the count for the census. What I want you to know is that I am the chair of the National Conference of Mayors, U.S. Mayors, on the census. And I took this role because I know that we must be responsible, but our communities need authentic voices to help us to do the count. Not government voices, but authentic voices from our communities. Because we are, in the city of Baltimore, we've joined other cities across this country in protesting and filing a lawsuit against the question around citizenship. Because the history of the census is that we count people where they live. It's not about citizenship. We hope that everyone who comes to our city ultimately chooses to be a citizen of our city. But at the same time, we want to make sure that everybody in our city recognizes that they're welcome, and plus that they must be counted. And that is why we will reach extensively out to our Latino community to have authentic voices help us to make sure we count our Latino community. Because every individual not counted results in a loss of almost $18,000 per person over the next 10 years. We've got a lot of work to do, but it is the work that we do together that will help us all become a better city. There, on this Saturday, we will begin our census workshop at the Convention Center. We are reaching out to every single community in our city because we're going to be hiring people, but we want to hire people from the communities that need to be counted. Because I want people to know that in Baltimore, we're going to do it right. And so before I begin our award ceremony, I'd like to give, you all please give our artists a big round of applause. As I told him, I'm a big fan and a big admirer. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric, who is an emerging, once again, Salvadorian American artist, and again, one of the winners of the 2018 Janet and Walter Sondheim Artscape Award.
Hello, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here tonight and be able to show my work with you all, as well as be able to be a face to represent the Latin American community in Baltimore. And thank you, Catherine, for the kind words and all the work that you're doing here today. Really much appreciated. And yeah, I just want to say that it's really important that this is happening because as the presence of all the Latin American people in the city, it really does do a big change. And even going on like a wider scale with what's going on in the country, it's very important that, you know, we highlight the work that we're doing because we contribute so much to this country, whether people want to believe it or not. You know, we're doing a lot of the legwork that's making this country move and work. So I really want to thank everybody here, and I hope that Baltimore will continue to grow and welcome more people, as well as accept us for who we are outside of, where we come from, because at the end of the day, this country was built on migrants. So, thank you so much.
Catalina, will you join me, Eric? I want to present this mayor's salute to you. Who is Eric? Eric. Eric said, I said my piece.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to ask Catalina Rodriguez Lima to join us in announcing the winners of the 2018 Mayor's Hispanic Heritage Award. But before she comes up, you all, please give her a big round of applause. Catalina is a perfect example of when it's not broke, don't try to fix it. Catalina was here when I got here in the mayor's office, and she exemplifies what a person who assumes a role should do and be about. She doesn't, look at the clock to see what time she should leave or go. She's out there in the community, she's in the neighborhoods, she's talking to immigrant communities all across our city. She's always looking for resources and trying to help Baltimore to become better in terms of how it treats its immigrant population. And let me just say, what our artist said is absolutely right. I mean, if we really were to look at the history of our nation, other than Native Americans, all of us are immigrants. All of us came to this country. And so we should be proud of our heritage, but more importantly, our cities throughout this nation should be welcoming all of us. Catalina, join me.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My job is really possible because of many of the people in this room. They have served as my pillars throughout the years, and most importantly, thanks to your leadership, one of the things that the mayor didn't mention in having Baltimore as a second place in immigration policies is because of its high score in government leadership, and that goes back to your leadership in making sure that every program and service is inclusive and that involves people regardless of status and regardless of where they come from. So thank you for allowing me to do the dream job.
Thank you.
And with that, how's everyone? Buenas noches. Well, I hope you're enjoying tonight's event. One of my favorite parts of Hispanic Heritage Month is the opportunity to recognize those who are really working in the community in the trenches. So with that, I would like to recognize the winners of the 2018 Hispanic Heritage Month Awards, starting with the category of Educator. Leonor Bloom. Leonor is the founder of Adelante Latina. She's also an Argentine immigrant and professor at Notre Dame of Maryland University. Tonight we recognize her tremendous contributions to the educational and personal success of young Latina women in Baltimore City through her organization Adelante Latina. We sincerely hope that she will continue to invest in the lives of young Latina women in Baltimore and support them in their pursuit of higher education. Congratulations.
Admin? 3, 2, 1. Good, one more. Thank you.
In the category of emerging leader, Tomás Franco. nominator described Tomas as a diamond in the community because of his outstanding performance as volunteer soccer coach and his leadership among his peers. Tomas was also selected to participate in Centro Sol's Summer Scholars Program. He was selected to participate in the Mayor's Scholars Program. He's one of our MSP. And is also a recipient of the Granville Wood Scholarships at BCCC. His involvement extends beyond the classroom, evidenced by his support of the Latinx Unidos student group. We hope that Tomas will continue to set an example for his peers and grow into even greater leadership roles in our community. Congratulations.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. One more. Excellent, thank you.
In the category of service provider, Alfredo Santiago. Alfredo's service to his community extends far beyond his career. He is a full-time clinical social worker in Southeast Baltimore, but he is also an advocate for Latinx, LGBTQ individuals, as well as vulnerable women and children, and an active member of his church and the foster parent. Of Alfredo, his nominator wrote, quote, "He is often affectionately referred by those who know him as the mayor of Highlandtown." Because you cannot walk down Eastern Avenue with Mr. Santiago without stopping every 50 feet or so to talk to someone who knows and loves him. Because he leads a life of service that extends beyond his profession, we present Alfredo with this year's award. Congratulations.
Right this way. 3, 2, 1. One more, please. Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
In the category of volunteer, Maricruz Abarca. Maricruz is a mother, a small business owner, a student, and a strong advocate for her community. As a DACA recipient who has fearlessly shared her story, Maricruz has become a leader in the immigrants' rights movement. She co-founded the first Latinx student group at BCCC and organized BCCC students to attend a national rally for immigrants' rights last year in DC. Maricruz also played a critical role in the mayor's back-to-school rally this summer. Thank you, Maricruz. Where she translated for and guided Spanish-speaking parents and children in attendance. Maricruz is the winner of the Mayor's Hispanic Heritage Award in the category of volunteer because of her consistent and tireless commitment to her community. Thank you and congratulations.
3, 2, 1. One more, please. Thank you.
And if we can ask the winners for a group photo. To my left.
Yes, excellent, excellent. Everyone's looking at me. Big smiles, big smiles. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. One more. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And before we end, I want to turn it back to the mayor for any final words.
Again, I hope everybody enjoys the artist's work, Eric's work, and enjoyed being here this evening. We certainly enjoyed sharing this evening with all of you, and congratulations on all the work that has been done and all the work that we will do together to continue to move our city forward. Thank you so much.